All right, so we have definitely shifted and progressed together as a team, and uh, we're literally we have our new website that is up. So if everybody goes to the website, they will see that the whole thing's been revamped. It looks amazing, and there's definitely 1,000 little things on there that's got to be changed, and we're going to be doing that as speedily as possible. um we are definitely growing and getting this out to the world, which has been the mission all along, right? So now we're actually seeing it happen. We got uh probably one or two uh you know negative people that are coming to email us or whatever every day, but we got hundreds, literally, people that are recognizing the upgrades and benefits and what it's meaning for them. And um is that not special? And that's what we've been wanting to do all along, and that's what it's all about. So okay, we have a lot going on. We're upscaling on every level the very best that we can. Okay. So nothing's going to change in anything that we do. In terms of uh, now that we're getting 500 or 600 orders a day, that doesn't mean that we change our modus operandi or anything else. I don't know what that word is, but we're not going to be increasing our price. We're not going to be changing anything that we're about. Our intention is not going to be more center focused or signpost focused on anything other than what it's been, which is the best thing that's for each of our fellow men and women. And it's a great time for us to see something that's actually working for people. We literally have thousands at this time testimonials of people that have undeniable, noticeable, subtle, but gentle but effective changes that they're seeing in their life. We have the study that we talked about last month with Dr. Robert Young. We have many studies that we have going on right now that are being pulled together by the very top level people in the world that are trying to do things that are for humanity, not just for their little pocketbook or any of that stuff. And so we are bringing in the very best people that are available, and and that's a great thing. Just before we start, I just wanted to say, look, every single last one of us is equal, right? So um going along with that, every person here, you've decided that your precious time, energy, and focus is best placed here, and that is so I just want to say to everybody here on this call right now, thank you so much, because this takes all of us. It takes every single last one of us, no matter how much of your heart is in this, no matter what your demeanor, attitude, or anything else is here. You're here right now, and so that is that's what it's all about. So thank you, and we wouldn't be the same without you right here. Okay, so I don't really know where to begin. Guys, I have about 6 hours of sleep in the last 3 days, and I'm waking up in the middle of the night, taking care of what I can, getting right to work, falling back out for like an hour and a half, and then getting up and doing it all over again. The inner team that's around me is pushing themselves to the limit. I totally know that. So we are growing exponentially. There is some changes I can't really go into in terms of the payment processor, and other things to do with manufacturing locations, different things like that we are putting in place so that right now we've grown from 30 orders a day to 600 orders a day. We're in over 50 states, and that's a lot of families. That's a lot of households. That's a lot of children. That's a lot of older folks that have looked at everything that they could find to get some help. That's a lot of everybody that has found MasterPeace and is speaking their piece about it in their testimonials. And it's overwhelming. I'm overwhelmed, to be honest with you. I'm certainly a normal guy. uh, and so we're all doing this together. uh we have the highest level experts and scientists and the biggest levels of scrutiny and testing, and uh you know that can be thrown at something that we are inviting in and we are getting, and all things lead to MasterPeace being amazing. So that's what we're building upon. We're building upon everyone's intention, starting from the first day with me, the second day with me, Matt Senna, and Michael Coe, everybody else. Even Sherry's been here since the beginning. We've had a lot of people here that were aware of this since the beginning. So we're getting to the point now where this is basically undeniable. Good luck trying to tarnish this. Good luck trying to throw a wrench in this. We're getting the usual expected vulture attacks coming in on our emails. We're getting like 1,000 emails a day right now, and it's just taking up a lot of our inner core team's time trying to stay on top of it. But we're seeing the ugly side of people's disillusioned thinking or whatever's going on. But I know that I speak for everybody when I say that we've all been looking for that thing that we wanted to surround and steward out. We wanted to find that solution to the pollution, Dr. Robert Young's key slogan. But we wanted to really, we all knew that we weren't doing great and something wasn't there. And this is no magic pill or anything like that, but MasterPeace is serving a really big keystone spot of this. And it takes all of us recognizing there's undeniable crap in the air, microscopic toxins that is affecting us and our thinking and our health, and it's adding to the electromagnetic radiation that's bombarding us and all this other stuff. And we are literally that's the day and age that we're in, right? So we need something that kind of cuts off that communication symbol and that thing that's leading us to not feel as great as we can feel. And MasterPeace is serving that. And we got to get the word out to humanity. We definitely have some big players on all levels coming aboard. I guess I'm not supposed to say their names or anything. I will say that the SGT report, which did a show with Dr. Robert Young and me, I didn't really talk in it though, but it has gotten over 500,000 views and is getting spread. I know we got guys like Todd Callender and Avocado Wolf, Crow. There's a lot of people that have built up their name and reputation and credibility along the lines of knowing how to search down and be a part and share the truth. And they are flocking to us, literally. They're migrating to us. And, so we all have to learn about this new level of health. I really do think that if you guys are serious about knowing the highest level of your physical, emotional, mental, psychological, spiritual health, our holistic well-being, I think it's a really good idea. Look, guys, your time, what you watch, what you take in, what you decide to put yourself into, that counts for a lot. Like, you're precious. You're precious. Don't be fooled by how great you are. So if you're going to waste your time, spend your time on anything, our weekly health call with Terry, I call her Nikki because her name is Nikki and everybody should call her Nikki from now on. But anyways, that weekly holistic health call is going to serve us in, really taking in the knowledge of what's all out there, what we should at least look at, consider, and so we're trying to build up all these things at once with not just a website, not just a payment processor, not with just covering ourselves against a system that and people that are so might for greed and profit driven that it's pretty ugly. But anyways, we have to all continual, let's put our best together as a unit here. And so every opportunity I have to make MasterPeace better, I'm going to choose that, whatever that is. So I'm not a big woo-woo person per se, or off on the deep end. I'm certainly not religious, and I'm not against anybody's beliefs, and I don't judge, but I'm a real factual type of person, a real evidence, data-driven type of person. I like to see some results, experience, pull it together, listen to other people's discernment on it. And I like to I'm more driven towards that. And, what we're doing here, we're playing for keeps, right? So, I always look at it like, the people who had all the resources in the world, they obviously had their intentions or motives, not really anything like what we could understand individually. But what they were driven on was what their selfish kind of thing. We're a different pedigree, right? And so at this point, we know that to some level a fight has been brought to us, and we're humans. We're going to do everything we can to survive. And when the radio waves and the electric waves and the 4G, 3G, 5G waves, all these things were putting against us and bombarding us, you'll see our death or comorbidity rate go up. But then at the same time, you'll see us overcome it and come back into where we're the masters of limitation. We're the master overcomers. And so we're proving it together, whether you want to buy into any of what I'm telling you or not. I don't care, but I can put the proof on the table. And so I just feel very grateful that I get to speak on behalf of all of us here, knowing that we are realizing every single moment how precious each one of us is, and as we are as a whole, and about how we're actually coming together and saying, yeah, so let's buy into this, right? Let's buy into this. Let's buy into what this is doing. This is a lot better than buying into anything else that they're selling out there. So, if there's guys, I fell asleep earlier for like 15 minutes. I've been waking up in the middle of the night going. I have to work a lot harder than my I'm not old per se, but I'm going to my highest level. So I wanted to show up here. This is a very important, obviously, call for human consciousness support and MasterPeace. But if there's any questions out there, if there's any comments, I don't want to free for all or anything like that, but if there's anything that we have, let's go over it. But if not, I wanted to, I'm sure I've left something out. If anybody has any questions about where things stand or how things are going, or if you're just curious, I love that. Raise your hand up or take yourself off a speaker and speak up. Else, that's we have studies all across the world that are global studies that we're pulling together right now with people who have done this many times before and that have been looking for something like this to do, to put their time into. And so, we, I think we're poised to be in the best position possible, assuming again that we're going to continue to prove ourselves as the truth and as a real answer for what's going on. So if we let me open it up real quick, and if anybody has any question, let's go into it. But Nikki or Matt, I'm sure I've forgotten stuff. How things have been lately, so I'm just I just kind of showed up and I'm on the cusp here, so I can't even go into the yeah.
Yeah, so I can see the room a little more clearly. So Terry Lynn had her hand up first.
Okay.
So Terry?
Yeah, great. Hey, you're doing fine, Matthew. Take a breath. You're doing perfect.
I just totally showed up. I've been on the road for like 6 hours a day.
Fine. So one thing I think we can mention just as a reminder, but also maybe some people aren't as familiar. So obviously our company is set up differently. And it's set up differently for a reason. You've set it up in a way that you want to support every single person that gets the word out about MasterPeace. That was your design from day one, and that is what we're going to do moving forward. So with that said, now that I've been fielding hundreds of emails in the last couple of days because of all the sales, there's a lot of confusion about the way that our system is set up, and it's understandable to some extent. And I know everybody here obviously got here successfully, so you know how the system works. But we're going to do what we can on our end on the website to make it a little bit more clear. So when people do come to our website, they will understand more. But as affiliates, when you're sharing, and I'm not saying that anyone here has not done a good job on this, I really have no idea. But when you are sharing, it needs to be ultra clear that a person cannot sign up, or sorry, what I would say is a person cannot create an account unless they come to our site using an affiliate link, using someone's referral link, however you want to say it. Because what that does, then you get into the site via the link, and then you'll see a pop-up box that says either sign up, I believe it says sign up, or log in. Even that is confusing people because they're hitting the login. They don't see or understand that there's actually a different tab there. So we're getting a lot of questions of people that not knowing the affiliate link system. So Matthew, if you wanted to say anything more about that, I think that's our weakest point right now with keeping us busy on the back end, just because it's not clear, and we're going to try to do our part to make it clear, but you all can help us out by making it also clear to your people that you talk to. And maybe if you have platforms, making it super clear on your description boxes if you're posting videos or anything like that, because that way they already kind of know how to get in.
Totally. Absolutely. So everybody's here obviously because they feel like their time and energy is best placed here, right? So MasterPeace works great. It helps people in a lot of different ways, and you want to share that good news. So don't be passive about it. Don't just kind of tell them about it. You have to tell them if you want to be able to fully engage, which means like order and get a part of if you go to the website, yeah, you can kind of look around, but you can't order, and it becomes confusing unless they get your affiliate link, which means they then will touch it, go right onto the website, And then at that point, when they create their no obligation, no commitment kind of membership and thing, then that puts them where they can not just order without being confused, but they can kind of go through it and see everything. And yeah, we're literally getting inundated with over 500 emails a day right now because our system, we made this thing for the people, all of us. We didn't make this thing for like making a bunch of money and the normal type of setup. So, we're having to fill in the blanks and make these changes and updates as we go along here. And we've, gotten a lot of them. But when you guys specifically are talking to anybody, reaching out, whatever platforms you guys have here, you need to be bold for the sake of the ease of the person you're sharing it with and the whole system, and share your affiliate link and say touch this thing to go into the system. They'll set up their account. It doesn't mean they have to order right then. It doesn't mean that they have to ever order, but just them setting up the account, then they can go in there, order, do whatever. So I see Sherry Ann's on the thing where she kind of sees her, you see her affiliate link. Like anytime you tell someone about MasterPeace, send them your affiliate link. That should be the one thing that they always access the site and everything from, because that will make it simple for them. And yeah, totally. Hey, Margarita, I don't know who is next though. There's Donna, Olga, and Margarita.
Hi. Margarita had her hand up earlier, so let's go with her, and then Donna, and then Olga. Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Thanks, Matt, and thank you, Matt. Last month, I just want to know if this is still the same. You were saying, well, what you did was you sent out for the Canadian people 2 bottles because there was extra, stuff with the shipping, the tariffs and all that. So you end up sending 2 bottles. Is that still happening, or did you say there's new shipping now?
Until we change it, this is the way the shipping works, okay? What anybody, any person who makes a purchase outside of the United States, Canada or elsewhere, whatever you order, for the example, you order 2 bottles, you're going to receive 1 extra bottle. The reason why you're going to get that in the mail, you won't see it until it's there, but you're getting that because our company has to play nice with these customs and regulations and tariffs and import taxes or whatever they got going on. But we also want to offset it and be there for you guys because that's who we care about. So, that's going to be indefinite until we have a whole new system that is so much better for everyone ordering and everything else. But for now, yes, you can count on that. So anyone out there, it is standard protocol that whatever you order, if you are outside of the United States, you will get 1 extra bottle for free. And so whatever you have to pay after it's there to get your package, just know you're going to be receiving a free bottle of MasterPeace with it.
Beautiful. Thank you, as always.
Yeah, of course.
You're awesome.
Hey, that's the way we got to do it. That's no big deal. All right, Olga or Donna, but one of you.
Hey, I'm Donna. Can you
Hi,
hear
Donna.
me?
Yeah, of course.
I would love to get a hold of merchandise. I think your health coach, in one of the print offs, the PDFs, she's wearing a white hoodie with your logo on there. I want that. And I want to wear it around my family and anybody else that can see it. So, can you tell me anything about merchandise in the future? Like that?
Yeah, so this is what I would say. Email any of our emails, info at MasterPeace, affiliates at MasterPeace, or help at MasterPeace, and request our vector or PDF logo, and we'll get it right to you. And the best way to do this is we're not gonna be like we're not going to set up something on the website where anybody that wants like a t-shirt can get a t-shirt per se. We're not really wanting to go that route. But we definitely want to, yeah, we love the shirts, right? They totally look great. So we kind of ordered a couple runs. It wasn't a whole lot of t-shirts. It was like 10 t-shirts, and we sent them off to a couple people that had greased the wheels enough to get them. So, and yeah, so that was Nikki, which is definitely one of the inner part of our inner team here. And yeah, that was the picture you were talking about. So just like Tim, right before the show, I don't know if you were here to see it, but Tim had showed off his shirt, and it looked like it was a black shirt with the same logo. And so, yeah, that's probably the best way to do it, because we definitely want you sharing that symbol and logo around. It's very powerful. If it's okay too, I'm going to, just before I ask Olga what her question is, if you guys want the background, if anybody out there wants the background on our logo, okay, the logo is very specific. It's set up the way it is for a reason. You can kind of see that there's a lot of people really like it, and it kind of stirs something in them. And so, we've seen the wrong side peace symbol for a long time. It is, when you have 3 branches hanging down and 1 branch hanging up, that kind of tells you it's anchoring down. It's a death rune. It's obviously hasn't helped lead us to peace or sovereignty or freedom or anything else, right? So it hasn't worked up until that point. Well, it's inverted. And so what we wanted to do was we wanted to invert that peace symbol so that it's right side up. And then we wanted to put the human biofield or consciousness field, the toroidal field per se, in there. And it kind of it does something anytime we look at that logo. Anytime anybody muscle tests or kinesiology tests that logo, they are blown away. And we've had some religious fanatics kind of come in there, whoa, this, and that's okay. We've all been bombarded with a lifelong of misinformed programming, and that's so we're all trying to find our way to the highest truth, right? So our logo, what that logo is, guys, I kind of did want to touch on it. It's there for a very specific reason, and it's obviously working pretty good because we're 5-6 months old and exponentially growing, and about 100 people a day are expressing that their lives and how they feel and their well-being is better than it's been for a long time. And isn't that what this whole thing is about, right? So, I think if it's not broke, let's not try to fix it, and let's run with what got us here. And, you run with the horse that got you to the race, right? So it's that's kind of my output on it. Olga, hi.
Sorry, it took me a second to unmute. First and foremost, I want to express my deeply profound love and gratitude to you and the team, and for all you're doing. To my brother Paul, for I know how hard he works, and I saw he's on the call. So Paul, woohoo, on the new website. I haven't seen it yet, but good job, brother.
Thank you. Much love. You're working away.
And I have, the last couple of weeks have been challenging. I've had a couple of funerals. I have one this weekend, but I've got a huge list of individuals, but also doctors and people in the medical and naturopathic fields that I'm connected with, that separate lists with different marketing strategies for each. And also there was a third thing I was going to say, a third list, but they're all like play off of it. So there's a conversation that needs to be had around that, so I can share some strategy. And if there's anything I can do to help, Paul knows that I'm in like Flynn, because this is unbelievable. This is what I've been praying for. This is what the world needs. And I am profoundly grateful. And please get some sleep. We love you and we need you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Totally awesome. Yeah. So, well, you know, we're at a point where I have to absorb that and be humble and modest about it. But you know, it's way past me at this point. So it's way past me individually on my pay grade. This is a whole gigantic team effort. This is way past just our inner core team at this point. Yeah.
But it has a life of its own, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. This thing is feeding itself. You know, I was actually in a discussion with Paul earlier today, and he was like, you know, you see people a lot of times they'll try to where we used to see people feed onto some type of negative judgmental, like, oh, this is, you know, try to be spiteful and stuff. Like, people are seeing MasterPeace and they're evolving to what we are as humans. What we're seeing now is a changeover. We're seeing people bombarding us with emails expressing that, just like what your sentiments just were. And let's be clear here. This is, you know, there's hundreds of people at this point, hundreds of people that are fully devoted to this. This is quickly, by next month, easily. So we'll have over 10,000 people next month easily, but we have hundreds and hundreds, and we'll be into the thousands by next month of people who are fully devoted, using their beautiful creativity, their highest level of consciousness, and the best of what they are, the best of their thinking, the best of what they believe in. And, you know, every single one of us, our beliefs are different. Let's just be clear here, right? What you believe in, what I believe in, what we all believe in is not exactly the same. But what we are is we're human, and we have this natural thing about us to really actually choose the highest good to the best of what we know. And we do it in situations time after time. And so we're realizing that we are in a world that we're inundated, and we're full, and we're being bombarded with microscopic cesspool toxins. And it's pretty easy to make a debate about the fact that they're pretty much nefariously put together against us. But we don't have to go down that rabbit hole. We can just say it's there. We can test it in our bodies, and it's there. And we are mental and emotional creatures. We're spiritual creatures, but we can't get to those highest aspects of ourselves without getting this physical level of toxicity out of us, and we got to remediate it. So the name of the game, it's the science of remediation, right? And so what I mean by that is that we got to get the junk out faster than it's coming in. So until our environment is completely cleaned up, or until we don't have to breathe to survive, because that's where 99% of these toxins are coming in at, we will need to take something that remediates it out the best. And that's what MasterPeace is. And it just happens to be our lowest cost alternative too. So, and anybody sharing the word about that gets the highest level of compensation energy. We have to be stuck in this fiat driven, you know, I don't like it or by any means, but you know, it's a money driven world. And so, hey, guess what? You get the best feedback or looping of compensation for it. So, you know, this is put together underneath the highest level of intentions so that we can pull ourselves out of this mess that the world and that humanity as a whole is actually in. So, you know, whether you want to deny it or not, it's impossible. this is a big part of where we got to make the change at.
Well, I just want to leave you with two thoughts. Because I know as it grows and more people come on board, you're going to deal with some negativity. That's natural state of things. So the first thing is, what I tell people is, as we go through life, we meet an awful lot of people. Most of them will be awesome and amazing people. And some of them will make us appreciate all the awesome and amazing people. But they all have a place in our journey. And the second thing is that they're only going to be the ones that make us appreciate the awesome and amazing people when our light is irritating their demons. So if that's the case and we get a bit of negativity thrown at us here and there, it means we're doing right. We're doing right in the world, and it's irritating. Our light is irritating their demons. Nothing more than that.
Yeah, totally. Any kind of jolt or any kind of change is not ever been, completely comfortable, right? So however we want to spell it out, and no matter how we want to definitely explain it, I can 100% agree with you. It's going to cause a little bit of uproar or whatever in people, and that's a good thing, right? Because we've all lived lives where we were making poor decisions compared to where we're at now, right? And so if we didn't get faced with what was going on, if we didn't have to feel that, then most, for me at least, I wouldn't have been able to make the kind of changes that I made. So yeah, absolutely.
Growth is never comfortable.
That's right. Yeah, totally.
Thank you. You are deeply loved and appreciated.
Thank you. Yeah, we all are. Totally. Thank you. Yeah. I see things about ivermectin. Is there anybody? Oh, Christy Ann. Am I saying your name right?
Yes. Hi.
Okay. Hi.
All the way from Australia. From the time I saw you with Brownie, if you remember Brownie and his group,
Of course.
you did a presentation for us. I saw you there, and you had a protocol taking zeolite with fulvic acid.
Yeah.
And also MasterPeace. Can you go through the protocol for everybody? I'd like to hear it again.
Absolutely.
Just to remind you, because I'm a bit disconnected. I've got an affiliate link, but I haven't put an order yet. So I want to really be really know exactly how to speak to people about it and how to advise them how to take the 3 items together. So if you could help me out with that, that'd be great.
Certainly. There's 2 items. So the first item is MasterPeace. The second item is Master Restore. Master Restore is anybody can order it now. It is on our website. And so our bodies are poisoned, and inside the cellular level, which is a level that is 300 nanometers or smaller, you could kind of say. And then we're also poisoned outside of this cellular level, which is 500 nanometers and larger. So Master Restore is a specifically designed zeolite with fulvic acid that cleans out the macrocosm of the body. So it is a great tandem or companion product with MasterPeace. I believe that anyone taking MasterPeace for a while that starts taking Master Restore with it, I believe it's impossible for them not to feel, sense, see, recognize differences and benefits. Of course, that's my personal opinion. And I'm hearing that from basically anybody on our inner core team and whatnot. But I don't want to explain it in a way that's confusing. What I would say is this: fulvic acid is very healthy by itself, and that's what's in Master Restore. But marine plasma is very healthy in itself, And that's the main ingredient in MasterPeace. Okay. But that's not what they're doing by themselves. You know, things by themselves are one thing, but it's what they do when they're interacting with something and when they're making a combined kind of synergistic effect. And it's a long conversation to try to break down. But what fulvic acid is for Master Restore is what marine plasma is to MasterPeace. And they work in tandem to depoison you, right? So we live in a world where we're being constantly poisoned. It's about getting these 80,000 unnatural, non-organic impurities, these biohazardous things that don't belong in our environment nor in our bodies or any bodies of any living creatures. And it's about getting that out of your body faster than it's coming in, because it's coming in nonstop. And that's really the best place to put our focus on. Yeah, to try to understand it there. I could really try to break down the formula. It would turn into a long conversation, but the fulvic acid helps the zeolite to remove the unnatural stuff. Nothing about Master Restore, MasterPeace heals anybody. Okay, so let's just get that out of our heads. What it does is our bodies very provably are the most magnificent technological things in the universe. Like the way we heal ourselves, as long as we're healthy and in a good state, you know, it's amazing. So getting the things out that don't belong in our bodies on all levels, the outside the cell and inside the cell, from Master Restore and MasterPeace, that's the secret, so that our bodies can do our natural, amazing, miraculous feats that we are, you know. So I hope that explains it to you the best way I could.
So Matt, can I clarify? Can I clarify? So MasterPeace has got the zeolite and the fulvic acid in it, whereas Master Restore has got zeolite and the fulvic acid in it, but MasterPeace does not. Is this correct?
Yes, MasterPeace and Master Restore both have zeolite, clinoptilolite in them.
Okay.
And MasterPeace has marine plasma working with the zeolite in a lot of ways, and Master Restore has fulvic acid working with the zeolite.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
They're
So-
both amazing, by the way, and they're both in super high doses. The marine plasma is 99% of the formula for MasterPeace, and you know, a strong dose of fulvic acid from a regular fulvic acid place is 100 milligrams, and in Master Restore, a single serving every day is like 167 milligrams of the highest, best grade, most vetted, best sourced fulvic acid that we can find. If we ever find better, we will certainly immediately put it in there. But as of right now, we put a super high dose of what we think is the best fulvic acid we can find on Earth.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Matthew, I can
Yes,
just
ma'am.
add that Christiane, I just put in a video. It was the last update video that Matthew and I did together, and we are announcing Master Restore on there. So it's an update video, but we talk a little bit about the differences, kind of what Matthew was just saying. So that's a video I just put in the chat. If you want to take a look at it. Oh, and also, I guess I could say now, if you don't mind, Matthew, that there are health calls that we do every week. They bounce between Fridays and Sundays. So Christiane, if you could make one of those, we really talk a lot about the formula and the specifics about how to take it, when, what's it good for, health topics of all sorts. So sometimes we have surprise guests. David Aguado came one week. He's the gentleman that we buy the master the marine plasma from. And I do have a guest that I think is going to be coming this Sunday. The next one is Sunday. I think he's going to come Sunday. If not, he'll be on Friday. So I'm going to have some speakers talking about their field of expertise. So we have a fun time there.
Yeah, totally. Okay, Becky B.
Hi, I've got a question. How soon will the marine plasma be on? Because I want to place an order for more bottles and just would like to do the trio rather than just the combo.
Totally, totally. So it's going to be on the very second that we can make it available for everybody. We totally want everybody to have it. So here's the dilemma. Getting the marine plasma to make MasterPeace is it's not just a regular thing where we order and get it in a week. So you're dealing with customs and things being approved and brokers and nasty agencies like FDA. And so getting it over, once we get it over, like we have a couple times, we have to look at what we are going to be needing to supply MasterPeace, make MasterPeace. And what we found is what we've ordered, which is we thought was in pretty good amounts, is not enough to be able to give to people just by itself. So that's been kind of, I got my finger on the pulse best as anybody can. This is what I would say. In 6 or 7 weeks, we will be getting what we feel is enough marine plasma that we will be able to offer marine plasma by itself, or as part of the combo pack, or maybe just the combo pack. Again, don't hold me to anything, right? So I want everybody to order marine plasma and all these things. So we're company, guys, that was built off of the backs of we don't have investors, we don't have agencies that are in the belly of the beast feeding us millions of dollars so we can just have it, everything. So I believe if you give it 6 or 7 weeks from now, you're going to be able to order a marine plasma by itself.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be patient, and that gives me a good guideline. And also, Paul, I sent you a DM wanting to get my, access to a high quality image. Anyway, thank you.
Oh, cool. Yay. Michael Halligan.
Hey, Matthew, by the way, you look good for not sleeping the last 6 nights. Anyway, thanks so much. I have a question because I do a lot of testing on all sorts of things myself. And I know that during the study that Dr. Carolyn Mansfield did, the lab was really outside of the US. And then Dr. Robert O. Young explained why US labs aren't doing the type of testing for the items that the UK lab is. Have you had discussions about how to have lab testing available so that anyone that might be interested in doing it may have access to it so they can track how well they're doing over time? I mean, I don't intend to ever stop using MasterPeace or Master Restore myself, but it'd be good to measure things.
You almost made that question as if we had talked before the show started. Literally.
There's a reason why we were in sync, Matthew.
Totally. So yes, the answer to your question is we have now. Oh boy, this is a recorded call.
Oh, if you want
okay,
hold...
so no, you're fine. In America, you're absolutely right. It's a shit then is what it is. So trying to. Okay, so unless you're a controlled general allopathic doctor, which none of them send off for these funky tests of phosgene, ferric oxide, hydrogel, PEG, or any of this other stuff, graphene, right? Yes. They send off for very normal stuff. Every now and then, maybe once a year, someone says, I also want to know about my aluminum, doc, because I've been looking at aluminum. So they may test for something like that. Okay, so labs in America are out. That's the best way to put it. So we have found about 8 labs so far that can test for anything and everything. And we are putting together 2 studies right now. One is by someone, well, 2 of them are by men that I have had long conversations with that are completely for humanity. I feel like they would probably give their life up for this cause and for humanity. And they are putting together global tests so that the everyday person, like with what you're expressing, so just someone who decides they want these tests on their body for themselves, and we are going to provide a way where they can be compensated. This is in the very short, distant future, so very short here. We got people who are workhorses that overwork themselves putting this together right now as I speak. So, and what it's going to allow is for people to know how to talk to their regular doctors, get these tests performed, and then will be paid back or compensated in a way where it more than pays for itself, about 20 times over. And we will be able to use their results, choreographed results, as part of a global study to further prove and solidify the effectiveness of MasterPeace. Yeah, absolutely. That's our. I'm in. That is totally my line of thinking there. So yeah, that is absolutely what we're putting together with people who are highly competent to pull it off. Yeah. So
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Oh no, Michael, I appreciate everything you stand for, everything you're about. You're my friend. Hey, is there anybody else? Anybody? Paul, did you try to raise your hand?
I did. I was looking because I'm actually answering some of the support. I do want to mention a couple things whenever you got some time, just updates on website and stuff like that. So whenever you want me to, just let me know.
Go through it.
Go through it? Okay. So the first thing, everyone, you'll notice is the website is brand new now. If you go to MasterPeace by HCS, it's a brand new look. It's shiny and sharp, and it's really just a beautiful website. Now, good news and bad news. The bad news is, well, I'll start with the good news. The good news is this is spreading like, as we know, wildfire. And anything that's good, that typically tends to spread, we know it always comes under attack. Long story short, the website itself, I know a lot of you guys, when you're first starting to join and subscribe and register, you may be having some issues. All these things, everything you guys are submitting to our support team, we're grabbing the knowledge from what you guys are being faced with, and we are 100% going to fix 100% of any issue that you will be faced with. Now, the one big issue that everyone, well, a lot of people have had is you're watching a show from, say, it's SGT, Christopher James, or whoever, right? And they're not, and here's what's amazing is all of us, we're not in this doing this for the money. I know it sounds crazy, but it just shows in the work. Like, people are like, yeah, just go to MasterPeace and go and buy it, and I don't know, whatever happens, happens. No. It's actually causing a bigger problem when you guys are not having an affiliate link to click on. Why? Because Matt and the whole MasterPeace team won't allow anyone to undercut anybody who's informing somebody else about MasterPeace and bringing them in. So the problem is, I know a lot of people are like, I don't care, just open my account. We can't open your account if you haven't been brought in by somebody, and our team will never send you their link to try to, because obviously if the team is doing it, like, you know, their family members or friends, whatever, face to face, they'll give their link, but never will we just, and that's the back and forth communication we had with quite a few people. I don't care, just give us a link. We have to, unfortunately, we can't. So what are we telling you guys in the emails who are having that issue is, let us know who brought you forward to MasterPeace, and we'll find the link. We'll send you the link. Just click on it, and it should just open up and work. I've noticed some people, even when that's going on, you're having issues. 99%, that's on mobile. We cannot replicate it for the life of us. We've tried every mobile device We've tried every browser. We're trying to replicate the issue, but we think there's maybe an issue where and this has happened often, where you guys are saying, well, I'm clicking on the link, and you're really just clicking the MasterPeace link, or affiliates are sending a little bit of a different link that doesn't get you exactly theirs. Okay, long story short, how do you resolve this and solve this issue? If you aren't already registered and you're trying to, who referred you? Email us and we'll get you their link to click on, one, or just ask who referred you for their link. You have to click on it. When you click on it, it'll automatically pop up the sign up box. You'll just enter your information, and one of the spots will say the affiliate link, the referral link. And that's something that's auto-populated. It's not something you can type in. And we thought about possibly, and this is maybe, we don't know if we want to do this. I've seen other people do this, and it's not something I'm fond on. But if somebody comes in and they see that, and they don't have the drop down, it'll show a drop down list of all the affiliates, and they can search for the name. The problem is, as Olga's nodding her head, I know it's the same issue. A lot of people just don't, because people ask this. This is why I'm bringing it up. A lot of people, they don't care. They'll just be like, I don't care. Let somebody get the. No, that's not what the true consciousness is about. We will overwork to get the appropriate link to the appropriate man or woman. So just please, that's just the biggest thing. Find it. You have to have an referral link. Click on it. If it doesn't work in the browser, or if you're on mobile, try a different browser. If that doesn't work, bring it to the computer until I can find out what the issue is, where it's not letting you register or stuff like that. That's the first thing. And I'll take questions too on that. Nobody asked. Okay. So that's the first thing. We have literally thousands of sales that are coming in. It's a good problem to have. When we have a spike, we literally launched the website, and the next day was, okay, time to upgrade the server. Well, the problem was it was launched on the day, and again, just like we're so, and for everyone, this is for the community. It's so beautiful that enough people care about their health and now can see through the lies that we've been victimized, all of us, and that there is a problem that we need to get to the solution of getting these poisons out of our body. So on behalf of mankind, I can't thank everyone enough. I can't. I really can't. It warms my heart. I've been up like Matt. We're 4 a.m. messaging each other and the whole other team, Senna and Terry and Jimmy. We're up messaging each other like, wow, we got to get these solutions, and people care enough. And amazing on the backside what this team is doing. Again, from the bottom of my heart and everyone else, I see it. Sleepless nights that we're proud to do to make sure that mankind really does. And of course, when we say mankind, it means woman and man. But mankind is really, really taking back control. Okay, so that's one big thing. The server is going to be upgraded to a way faster one. We already purchased a server. It's going to be more than 10 times the speed. So if right now when you're clicking on like shop, you see it kind of taking maybe 5-10 seconds, or you may get an error 503. That's because too many people are bombarding the server at once. It's a complex server. It's not a website. It's not the same because it's got affiliate stuff going back and forth. So it's not as easy as just migrating like a typical, for you tech geeks out there, the C panel, those are simple, but we're not. We're actually also following consciousness, because it does get tested by Matt's friends and stuff like that about everything, even from the back office of what we do. Don't have excess plugins and excess words and stuff like that. So transitioning that in hopefully within the next 48 hours, could even be 24 hours, that will all be cleared up. You should just see a seamless, faster server and everything working on the front end from your guys' part. A few people have the question, and this is a valid question, and I'm so happy you guys are bringing it up. It's just some bad apples, the way they bring it up. To a support team that's really caring about consciousness. I won't mention the poison apple just because, but I do want to mention the importance of what they're saying. A few people, multi-level marketing. I want to address this. People say, is this some multi-level marketing scheme? Is this some MLM pyramid scheme? When I talk to the team, they don't even know what that is. I talk to a lot of people. They're like, what are you talking about? What is that even? I don't know. How do I answer this? Okay. no, this is not a multi-level marketing thing. Let me be very clear. You will see, and thanks to the one very upset individual that triggered on the word multi-level marketing on the website, that they took a screenshot and sent it to me. Just so you know, we're using before I came on board, there's a software that they used and has to continue to use at this volume at this moment in time. I am building our own stuff outside of the whole control grid world, where we'll be able to not even have to worry on their softwares eventually. But it's something where it's a massive train that's moving, and it's not as simple as just migrating over all at once. When you have this level of volume that's coming in and excitement, it has to be done meticulously. So I will find words where there is mentions of the name MLM and multi-level marketing. It's only because that's the default name the software uses. And that software does have the ability on our back end to auto calculate commissions. And it just so happens to be it's an MLM software that does that. So if there's any questions on that, bring it up. You do not have to. We do not. When we got started, and I was speaking to Matt and the team, I'm like, please tell me you guys aren't going to be that company that you have to buy it first and subscribe and pay all this money before you can actually just get a referral link. And they're like, no, absolutely not. We don't agree on that. So that's the first out the door with the multi-level marketing thing. You don't have to. You can just click on it. And why do we even have the referral link and code? And well, we will never, ever spend money on Google ads and stuff like that. Why would we pay them? So it may be a little uncomfortable for some people who just want to buy, but just note, you can't circle around and surpass somebody however you came. You have to find somebody who basically brought you in. Why? Because we want to make sure as every bottle has a set level of consciousness, it's a part of why it stays consciously wise, I'll call it. So that's just a big portion. So just to clarify on that. But I am going to resolve that issue wherever. I'm dying to figure it out. So Linda, if you're on this call, I just emailed you again, and thank you for your patience. And we'll do a screen share. And I want to see, I think it's navigation. Maybe you guys are at some part of the website where you're trying to click and it's just not doing that. Okay, two big things I want to tell you we're working on, which will be launched soon, is number one, I know a lot of people have been complaining about PayPal. We equally hate PayPal, just so everyone knows, but it's something we had to do to start. Why? Because we have people all over the world ordering, all over the world getting affiliate commissions, and we have to pay in the most simple way. Well, we're under major attack by PayPal already, guys. It's on the back end. I'm working on the back end stuff to get them certain things, no information, no private information or stuff like that, but getting them information so that they can fix and resolve their stuff. So just you guys don't have to worry on the front end. Everything's fine. You guys can continue ordering through that. We will have an option very soon for credit card direct without and skipping PayPal for those that want to do that. That ties also into paying out affiliates. A lot of people have mentioned to me a company called Wise. I'm very familiar with them. I've been using Wise myself for 5 years or 4 years now. So we've started that process as well to get that up and running so that, yes, you guys will have the option and opportunity to get paid via that way as well. Once I get all that finished and finalized and settled, we can get off of PayPal 100% even, and maybe even, fully get rid of that even option to purchase through PayPal. I don't know. That's something that's up to you guys, right? Some people still like paying through it, but we don't. So yeah, Wise, that and the server. Yeah, that I yield in that. Anybody have any questions for me on any of that stuff that you'd like answered?
Paul, I just want to say that just when I think that you cannot amaze me more than you already have over the last number of years, you do.
Oh, I love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Likewise, you've never stopped in this war from day one, as we know, because it's a battle on us. And, it's just great to all come back. And this was the whole goal from the beginning, right? When we find truths and we find solutions, we come back and we plug it into our networks. So yeah, much love from the bottom of my heart for continuing as well. Thank you.
Back at you, brother.
Thank you. Yeah. Anybody have any questions and stuff for me? Give it another week. You'll see a lot of progress and a lot of cool, new, neat things. Hopefully by next call.
Paul, I can just echo what you said about the links early on. I've been on the phone with a few people today because they just couldn't figure out how to set up their account. And it turned out that, yes, they were not either clicking on the right link. For instance, they were clicking on something in a description box that wasn't even the link. It was like the link to the video or something. So it's something as simple as that. So they're not even finding the right link. Or I've noticed, and I've been on the phone with them, where I say, okay, look, just close out the website, close it all out, then start again with that same link you're using, and it works. So I don't know why, but sometimes it just takes another try, and it could be that because the website has had so much traffic lately. I don't know. But so you can, if y'all are having some of those issues with your people, you can try that too, and just tell them just to try it again. And I have been appalled at the treatment that our team has gotten from a few people, more than a few. So there are some folks out there just they want to click a button and they don't understand how our company's set up at all. They want to just go to a website and order, and they don't understand us. And I get that, but the treatment that we have gotten, the abuse that we have gotten verbally over email, just to let you guys know. So be kind, be kind to us. You all are already, but just keep in mind that we're, right now we're inundated and we're being abused left and right. Those that are at least checking the emails. So all of us really are doing that. So we're all seeing that. So anything you could do to make it a little easier with helping your people, and I know none of your people are doing. These are people that are coming from just seeing it on a big show or something, and they really don't understand. So yeah, just trying to keep that to a minimum. I yield.
Anybody else? Any questions? Anything at all? Yeah, we're I know that there's probably some people on here that maybe on a social media platform or whatnot. I don't know if anybody really tapped into this. This is really something special. So it's not that you put MasterPeace in your mouth and the next day every problem you ever had wisps away. You have wings and you can fly or anything like that. But the reality is, compared to years and decades ago, we have a lot more against us than we used to. And MasterPeace gets that out so that we have a fighting chance to show off the best of what we got. And it levels the playing field, definitely does that. And, I'm a fighter. So I like, all I need is a fighting chance, right? And so MasterPeace gives us that fighting chance. If you had watched the peer-reviewed study, there's so much work. Dr. Robert Young, who Carolyn Mansfield and others now are saying that his work, hey, Sherry, how about this? Since the very early 80s, Dr. Robert Young knew that the germ theory and the viral theory was a lie. That was in the early 80s. In the early 90s, he was publishing papers, peer-reviewed and medical papers, putting his reputation on the line, explaining the biofield and the human interaction with our biofield, or our electromagnetic being, and the environment. He's decades ahead of his time, even to this day. So he has used the most leading edge technology, which is the highest level. I understand this now, and it would take me a few minutes. I don't want to get confusing. He has the highest grade electron microscope, people. An electron microscope is the highest level of technology observation to go down to the deepest level, right? If you can see something at the deepest level, you can understand the macrocosm, because you can see the smallest microcosm, right? So anyways, he is way ahead of the pack. He has observed and looked at MasterPeace as much as he knows to. He has been saying on all videos, putting himself out there saying that this is the solution to the pollution. And this is what he feels. Maybe it's certainly the highest, the best candidate for being the antidote, is as what he is saying. So it's worth, when this is something that's highly affordable for every last person out there, isn't it worth that? You know, we've all tried this other garbage and different things, and we've all bought into marketing things. Why not try this, right? What do you have to lose? So it's very healthy. It's not going to hurt anybody. If we love our children, if we love our parents. Oh, hey guys, quick personal testimonial. My mom had been given a couple different death sentences, and my dad was real worried about my mom passing away, and they were cornered away from me. Certainly long story. And my dad ended up passing recently, and which is not a bad thing, you know, everything that lives dies, and, you know, it's his time. But anyways, my mom has become MasterPeace. So she has just seen the doctors. She had a tumor in her left lung that has shown that it's gone down in size. My mom has told me quite a few times she feels better than she's felt in a long time. I seen my mom today. I was helping to move her stuff out from the place that they were at into my sister's, where she lives now. And I lifted my mom up twice, by the way. She wanted me to rub her back. And so she's driving again. She hasn't drove for about 7 or 8 years. So she feels confident enough to drive again. And that's just one person, right? So how many of us have heard and listened to similar experiences, right? Of people that are getting these amazing benefits from MasterPeace, or at least what they're claiming, right? So yeah, one of the biggest, you know, speaking for myself, I think that if we could all actually buy into this, we'd be a lot better off. Learning how to fall in love with yourself, learning what it means to actually love yourself and care about yourself. You know, you wouldn't allow your child to be poisoned. You wouldn't allow your mom to be poisoned. So don't poison yourself, right? If you know the things are made on a box shelf and they're in a box and stuff, I get they taste a lot better than natural things, but that's purposeful. You know, they got hundreds of additives in there, right? I know I'm speaking to the choir, but it's you know, loving yourself is taking things in, your thoughts that you take in, what the air that you breathe, the food that you take in, the things that you drink, all that is feeding you, it's nourishing you. And if you think that you can somehow be the impossible statistic in terms of being able to hold off and thwart these negative things, if you choose to take in negative things, there's going to be a price to pay, right? There's a cause and effect. And so, you know, hey, that's I'm you know, I'm I'm not on a hey, that's my battle too. Everybody has that battle to some degree. So, you know, we all gotta, you know, we all gotta pull ourselves together the best we can on that. So, you know, one of the coolest guys in the world, I think he's just an awesome guy to watch and you know, talk about things. He's his name is Buddha or Barzin. He's out of Costa Rica, and he has lived his life barefoot. Basically, he's almost. I think I've seen one videos where he's wearing some kind of flip flops. And hey, guys, look. Last time we've checked, right? We're all mammals, and mammals that aren't humans that thrive until the day they die. What's the things that they have in common? They're 24/7 grounded. They're always in the sun, you know, so they're attached to the resonance of the earth and the sun and all that. They're not looking at their phones, you know. Deers and wolves don't look into their phone, or bear or elk or wherever you got. And so, you know, the more we can get back into nature and that kind of line of thinking, the better we'll all be off. So, anybody else? Wow, guys. So, hey, let's finish this out. Let me tell you, at the beginning, I said this, it's so true. Every single last person here, you're the best thing you have to offer your mates, your family, your kids, your community, anything, MasterPeace, human consciousness support. Your most important asset, your most lucrative resource is your time, energy, and your focus. That's precious, and we're all equal here. And so the fact that you're here with us and looking at this and watching this thing build together and feeding it with your good vibes and everything is, very special. So I'm not a big vocabulary guy. I don't have a vocabulary that a lot of people have. I just want to tell you thank you from the bottom of my heart. I totally know I'm speaking for everybody here. It's a beautiful thing. We're watching some beautiful changes happen all around, and we're getting a lot closer to the precipice, cusp, or whatever the word is, of where we will see a shift with consciousness and with people realizing that to challenge their beliefs, right? We get a big enough group of us outside of us, the people that we are around in effect, that start questioning everything they thought and going down the rabbit holes and all that. That's going to lead to a big change, right? So we're kind of an unruly bunch. Humans as a whole, before they're programmed and conditioned, we're kind of unruly, and we like to, we don't just good luck telling a 2 or a 4-year-old how to think or act. They kind of go off on their own. They just throw a fit if you try to do that. So, we're all this world is right there with getting to a new level of consciousness that we all need to see happen. So I say buy into it. Instead of telling people about the junk crap that you're buying at the supermarket, maybe tell them about MasterPeace. And that's my big send off. So awesome, guys. Every last one of us, thank you so much. This is pretty cool, right? So we're seeing this become something. It's definitely a grassroots thing, right? We don't look like the typical bunch. So, look what the right energy actually does. Bunch of normal ass great human beings coming together and showing off what we can really do. So pretty cool, right? All right. Much love so much to everybody. Peace and blessings. Please come back to the next call. You should definitely join the weekly holistic call, because Nikki has a lot more free reign to go into a lot more stuff than what I'm always going to be cautious about, but she can give even a little bit of one-on-one advice, but kind of go into topics that are, guys, MasterPeace, it's a holistic thing. It's a little bit more of a physical thing. And so getting the physical stuff out of the way so that we can actually concentrate on what's most important, which is our mental, emotional, spiritual sides, is what it's all about. And that's what Nikki is an expert at. So, get on that weekly call, and thank you so much, everybody. I love you so much. I'm going to get out of here.
God bless. Thank you. Big love.
Yeah.
Get some sleep.
Bye, Sharon.
Bye.